Hello, everybody. Welcome, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. We are all excited to have you here today. I am Janis Thornton with JT Fitness and Golf, and my friend Tina here is with nutrition. I do golf fitness. Tina does nutrition. We want to help all our golfers out there stay strong, stay healthy, be able to play golf until you're like 100 years old if possible. So welcome to the Less Pain, More Play Injury Prevention for the 50 plus golfer. So Tina, it's fun that you're here today. Yay.
I know, Janice. I love our collaboration because it's so holistic. And for those of you out there who don't know about Janice, on my platforms, Janice is amazing. She's designed a whole way of assessing your mobility, your strength, and she's TPC certified, and she's just amazing. And we all need fitness for better golf. We also need better habits, better nutrition, and a better mindset for golf. And that's where I come in. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tina Hong, executive wellness coach. I work with individuals 40s and up who are looking to improve their game through nutrition, mindset, and changing your habits. Once you change your habits, you change your life. So that's what we're going to talk about today: fitness, nutrition, and what you could do to prevent injury for the 50 plus golfer.
Yeah, awesome. So like Tina said, I do the fitness side of things, and I have been a big proponent for people to stay strong as we get older, because one of the things, or a lot of things that we lose as we get older, we lose mobility, we lose strength, we lose balance. And if we want to play golf, we need to have all of those factors available to us. And the great thing about, even though we get older, the great thing is we can actually change how our body takes care of that. So you can still always improve your balance. Whether you're 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90, you still can get better. You can also get stronger even as time goes on. You don't have to have your muscles get smaller and atrophy. You can have your muscles stay strong and continue to get stronger as you get older. So one of the things that I just want to talk about first is mobility. And mobility is something that we have a tendency to lose over time. And I can even tell you myself, it is something I have to work on all the time. I'm 58 years old, and I have to work on mobility all the time. I'm in the gym today trying to do these wall angels. My lats are just tight. However, I'm over there just pressing my arms up barely as I could, because I know I want to be able to hit a dumb golf ball for a really long time and hit it well. So, but here's the thing: our back, especially our upper back and our low back and our hip area, has a tendency to get really tight. Because think of it: if you're someone who sits at a desk all day, what happens? We start hunching over. We are always constantly looking at our phones, our iPads, whatever device we have, or we're driving in a car and we're kind of hunched over this way. So we have got to get our poor upper back, get it some mobility and movement into our neck, or those people who have chronic neck pain because of all those things I just mentioned, and stress gets into our neck, that we've got to always be improving our mobility. And the great thing is, it doesn't take a lot of time either. And even if you're at the office, you could be at the office right now watching us live. Guess what? The exercises I'm going to show you today, you can actually do in your office. Take a 5-minute break and close your door if you don't want anyone to see you, and do a few exercises, or pull everyone in with you and say, hey, let's do these exercises with you. But no, so our back and our hips are two areas that we definitely need to have a lot of mobility. And I'm going to jump into some exercises in a minute. But the other thing we need is strength. And as we get older, we have a tendency to lose a lot of muscle mass and a lot of strength. And like I said before, that doesn't have to happen. And mobility without strength is like having your car without any kind of brakes. You can move, but you can't control it. And if you don't have the strength or the mobility, you just got a body that just, you don't know what the heck it's going to do. You're going to increase your risk for injury, and that's what we want to prevent. The other thing is people overlook our butt muscles, our glute muscles. The glute muscles are probably one of the most important besides our core, but the glutes are part of our core, that if we can have strong glutes, we're going to be able to do so much more. We're going to have a more effective golf swing. We're going to have a more controlled golf swing when we also have strong gluteal muscles. So a lot of people have a tendency to overlook that. If you see older people with a really flat butt, that means they have no glute muscles, especially those older men who have really saggy pants. That means they just have no butt muscles. And guess what, though? Like I said earlier, you can still develop them. You can still get them back. That is what we want for sure. One other area that people have a tendency to forget, though, is balance. As we get older, it's like balance just goes away just so slowly. But then all of a sudden one day you're like, where the heck? Like I just don't walk as well, or you might trip easier than you used to, or your golf swing just doesn't seem as efficient as it used to. We need that balance, and and strength helps you with your balance as well. So I'm actually going to jump into a few exercises that I want to show you, and I'm just going to adjust my screen. Tina, make sure that I'm in the picture so people can see me.
Yep. Nice.
Okay. So I'm just going to move back a little bit.
Love it, Janis. Okay. Love it.
So
your head is cut off.
Yeah, my head is not cut off my head yet.
Okay, good.
Okay, so
you're good.
This first exercise is called an arch tuck. And this is to check out mobility in your hip area. And you'll be amazed at how many people struggle with this simple little activity. But all I want you to do is have a slight bend in your knees, feet shoulder width apart. I want you to put an arch in your low back, just like a big stick your butt out. And then I want you to flatten your back, tucking your pelvis under, and then go back, arch, and then tuck. Now the kicker is that you're not bending your knees, though, to kind of like get yourself to arch and tuck. A lot of people will be trying to bend their knees and then arch, and then they bend their knees some more and tuck. We want to keep this movement just in the hip area to arch and tuck. Now, if you have a hard time with that exercise, you can do it on the floor. And when you lay on the floor, when you put the arch, you want to be able to slide your hand underneath your back. And then when you press or tuck your pelvis under, flatten your back, you want to act like you have a towel under there that you can't move. Then you've done the exercise properly, but you also need to keep your hips on the floor when you're doing that exercise. Now that arch tuck, that move alone is one of the most powerful exercises that you can learn, because the more that you can do that exercise properly, because in the golf swing, when you are transitioning from your takeaway and you're coming down through impact, you are doing that pelvic tilt. You have a strong pelvic tilt. Guess what? The ball will go really far down the fairway.
That's what we want.
That's what we want. We want to be able to really power that ball down the fairway. So you master the arch tuck, you are going to have a great golf swing. Okay. So now this next one, this is one of my favorite exercises, and it's called the A-frame. And this is for our thoracic spine, our upper back. And you want to hinge at the hips. You're going to take your hands, one hand, put it between your knees, and you're going to push your knees together. What we're doing is we're locking your hip area, so that way we're not going to be working the low back, we're going to be working your upper back. So when you squeezing your knees, bring one arm down, and then you're just going to rotate up to the ceiling and come back down. Rotate up and come back down. Make sure you're doing both sides. You are going to, I promise you, that will become one of your favorite exercises that you ever do. It's easy to do on the driving range. It's also going to be easy just to do in your office if you are stiff and sore from sitting at your desk all day.
Now, Janice, I have a question. Is that for better mobility? So just like loosening up, or if if you want to use that form exercise for strength training, would you add weights to it or bands?
I would use it typically for mobility.
Okay.
And now you could take a really light band if you wanted to strengthen that movement. At the same time, I really prefer that exercise more for mobility.
Range of motion.
Because to me, there's other exercises that we can do to strengthen your spine in that area.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one, let's see here. I've got a big list here that I'm looking through. I'm like, what do I want to do? Let's get into our hips. So this is just a frog stretch.
I love
this stretch. So you're going to just have your legs go out wide. Go out wide, what's comfortable for you and what you can handle. You can have your hands in front. And then all I do is I just rock back and forth. I go side to side, just gently moving within my hip area. I might draw little circles with my hips, go both directions. But this feels so good to help open up your hips. And then I'm just going to throw this in since I'm in this position. If you want to stretch out your forearms and wrists, just turn your fingers and point them toward you and very gently just rock. You can gently rock back and forth as well with this. And that way you can get some stretches in your forearms, especially if you use your computer a lot all day. And then I will show you one more, and that's windshield wipers. I love these. So you have your feet, you sit back onto your hands, keep your arms straight, have your feet wider than shoulder width apart, and then just drop your hips slowly side to side. Allow your knees to drop over. As you do this, you're going to feel some great stretches in your hip area.
Oh, I love that exercise.
Yeah, I do too. It feels so good. I could just keep on doing it. So those are the exercises I'm going to show you for today. And add those into your repertoire, and you are going to love those. And if you want more exercises like that, you can check out jtfitnessandgolf.com. And I have a lot of exercises there. I have free ebooks and all that kind of stuff for you as well. I'll put that into the chat.
I just did. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I love it, Janis. Yeah, so many people go out to play 18 holes, 4 hours of concentration time and doing this same movement, and don't even go out and stretch or warm up.
Yeah. Warming up prior to your round of golf is important. Why waste 6 or 8 holes because you didn't go warm up? Of higher scores when you could easily knock off probably 3 to 4 strokes in your first 6 holes if you actually warm up.
Right, exactly. So yeah, more and more as I get older, the warm up is really important.
I have to hit balls.
Yeah. Definitely. And just even stretching your calves. But I love the exercises you just demonstrated. And I can't wait for more, Janis. Awesome. So I'm going to just briefly talk about diet. Now, what does diet have to do with injury prevention? Well, It has a lot to do with it because a lot of 50 plus golfers are already um, have inflammatory issues, joint issues, back issues, um, and you underestimate how diet can actually affect reducing inflammation. So, just briefly, I want to talk about an anti inflammatory diet. What is an anti inflammatory diet? A diet that will help reduce inflammation. And part of that is avoiding certain kind of foods. Okay. It's really hard for a lot of people who have been, you know, for 20, 30, 50 years, been on a certain kind of diet where it's been ultra processed. One thing that we definitely want to clean up is any kind of ultra processed foods. Why do we want to do that? Because ultra processed foods are designed in a lab. It's not grown on a tree. It doesn't come from the ground. It's not natural. So our body is will reject it to a certain point. Won't absorb the kind of nutrition that we need to build muscle tissue, to actually recover, to hydrate. All of those things are really important. So ultra processed foods are filled with flavorings. So if you're hooked on different kinds of flavorings, whether it's your coffee creamer, your seltzer water, or the food manufacturing industry has put in so many chemicals, and flavorings may taste like grapefruit is designed in a lab. It's a chemical. So all those flavorings actually affect your gut health. It affects your gut health, which affects your inflammation. So number one and most important thing is get rid of the ultra processed food. Anything that is packaged, processed, that doesn't look like it came from a tree or the ground, or directly from from an animal protein or a fish. You really want to eat as whole food diet as possible. That is the number one, very simple kind of rule of thumb you can go for. But definitely, those chips, those flavorings, those Doritos, those junk food, processed foods, and even breakfast items. A lot of people will get breakfast items and they're ultra processed, where you'll have granola products and it's supposed to be healthy for you, but it's filled with sugars and added flavorings. Those are chemicals. So really read your labels and know what you're eating, because all of those will actually trigger inflammation. So if you already have existing issues with joint inflammation and pain, uh, having ultra processed foods in your diet all day long, on a daily basis, will definitely exacerbate your pain, and you'll have difficulty bringing that inflammation down. Number two, sugar. Okay, so sugar, it doesn't just come in a white form, but sugar comes in many hidden sugar products. Okay, sugar is a direct response. Anything that is sweetened, that raises your blood sugar, your blood insulin, will affect inflammation. So anything, even stress, will affect inflammation. The name of the game is you're going to want a level blood sugar insulin response. So no highs and no big lows. So you want to have as very little highs and lows as possible. So if you have a low sugar diet where you're eating real food, whole foods diet without a lot of chemicals and additives in it, and sugarings and flavorings in it, you're going to be in a much better position, especially after the age of 50, to have more endurance on the course, um, have more cellular hydration. Even though you may be drinking, the foods that you eat, an anti inflammatory diet filled with healthy plants, and I can get specific into certain kind of plant chemicals that could help. But basically, sugar sugar, and refined carbohydrates, which translates to sugar in your blood insulin, directly impacts your inflammation. So if you already have pre-existing pain in your body, this is going to exacerbate it. I promise you. If you try a grain-free diet for 30 days, 6 weeks, you're going to feel different in your joints. Believe it or not, you will feel different in your joints. Any kind of alcohol, refrain from alcohol for 30 days. Get clean for 30 days and see how you feel. Um, and also processed meats. You want to get rid of processed meats, cured meats, because again, those are chemicals that directly get into our bloodstream, into our sugar, into our muscles, and it creates a fire in your body. So if you already have existing fires, whether it be your elbow or your shoulders or your back, what you eat will actually be feeding that fire. So what do we need to eat? Just real briefly, um, we need to eat more fruits and vegetables. In an standard American diet, most people don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. And most people after the age of 50, they've been told so much that you have to have more salad, you need to have more greens, right? Believe it or not, there's a lot of adults out there still don't like their greens, like children. But you should have, 6 to 8 servings of greens, like a cup, 6 to 8 cups of leafy greens and vegetables in your diet on a daily basis. Why do we need that? Because leafy greens are filled with minerals, okay? Magnesium, selenium, all these micronutrients that we don't get in a macro diet. Macro, we're talking about protein, carbs, and fats. And a lot of times people who are dieting will just focus on the protein, carbs, and fats. What we miss, especially for the aging 50 plus golfer, is the micronutrients. And that is essentially really important to keep the inflammation down. So you want antioxidant rich foods, maybe you've heard of polyphenols, but basically polyphenols is a plant chemical that comes from very darkly pigmented plants, whether it be kale or spinach with dark green polyphenols. There's different levels of polyphenols. Different kinds of berries like blueberries, mackey berries, different kinds of berries will have different high levels of polyphenol count. And that is incredibly important in terms of antioxidant. You can get antioxidant without popping pills. Incorporating a really colorful diet in terms of fruits and vegetables. One thing I want to say about fruits is just beware that fruit is containing sugar. Fruit has sugar. And if you are eating fruit all day long, even though it's supposed to be good for you because of the fiber and the antioxidants, it will raise your blood sugar insulin. So there's so many things you could do to kind of reset your inflammation, your pain. Try a grain-free diet, try a Mediterranean diet, try an anti-inflammatory diet. And I could say from experience coaching midlife women and men throughout for weight loss as well as healing, it's hard. It's really hard to transition your diet. So I would love, if you're curious about how you can transition your diet, and you could change your habits. So, it's not about just popping the pills or popping the injections of Ozempic or the weight loss drugs, because that's really dangerous.
Yeah, please don't get me started on that one.
Oh God, I know, right? That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. That's a big conversation.
Yes, exactly. So we really need to extract as much as we can from the nutrition we eat. What we eat is what we are. So if you're curious about what's the best diet for you and how can you change your habits and transition so that you are finally on a lifestyle plan for better nutrition, you can always you could go to coachtinahong.com, or book a one-on-one personalized inner game breakthrough session. And it's scrolling by. It's bit.ly/complimentary inner game. I will give you the game plan for how to transition your diet. And your diet is tied to your habits. So it's not just a diet, not a quick fix. It's about a lifelong way of managing and maintaining pain-free um, pain-free recreational activities.
Yeah. Well, I think, I think where people get, because this goes for exercise as well,
Yeah.
that people just kind of, they're like, oh my God, all of a sudden now I got to fit in 3 days a week, or I've got to make these big changes. But when it comes to anything, eating healthier and exercise, it's just the small changes each and every day to each and every week that
Right.
lead to big, big changes in the end. And it's not that you have to like change your eating habits, all of them all at once, because that is a lot to ask someone, but you could pick out some big things that'd be like, let's, like you said, maybe eliminate one thing for the week or two things for the week. Say, hey, let's try this, try these other recipes instead. And I think if people find other recipes, they're always shocked at how good they are.
Right.
When it's like, really, this tastes like this, this tastes so good, that they're shocked when they're eating lean meats and a lot of veggies and things like that. And it's like, it is really good.
But I think the most important thing is what to avoid, because if you can eliminate ultra processed foods, high sugar diets, and you really want to fine tune your nutrition. Several of the ways we do it working together is to go through eliminations. And it's very difficult to just pull the plug on so many foods that you're normally eating. So over week to week, you can actually transition. But some of the culprits, like high grain diet, sometimes dairy doesn't work for people. So we would experiment about what's best for you to address your pain, pre-existing pain, and for further prevention of any injury.
Well, the other thing too, I think people don't realize with food is when you start eliminating foods and then you haven't had them for a while, and then you all of a sudden have them again, your body, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's why I don't eat this anymore, because it makes me feel like crap.
Yeah.
And that's when you have to decide, do I want to really feel this way? And usually the answer should be no. I can avoid that because I know I'm going to have XYZ happen to me, and it's no fun. And then it becomes easier to let food go when you know how it actually makes you feel.
Yes, absolutely. And creating awareness for what you are eating and how it makes you feel is also part of the program in terms of transitioning your diet. So I love this. And if you need help on figuring this out for yourself and you want a personalized plan, please reach out and book a one-on-one with me. I have several spots open for this week and next week. So jump on those times that are open right now. And I would love to see you and help you with this. And Janis, what are we going to do? So do you want to put a small little plug in what we are, our collaboration for the beginning of the year?
Yeah. So Tina and I are going to have a 6-week course for everyone with nutrition and exercise. And we'll be starting in the middle of January. So that's the biggest plug I can give you right now, because you're going to have to wait and find out what it is. But get yourself ready. We know the holidays are coming up. Everyone gets busy. It's always January. Everyone wants to start something new. So that is what we are going to do to get everyone ready for 2026. And if you, I have a free golf fitness assessment. If anyone wants to sign up for that, you can go to my website and also grab a free ebook if you want to as well. So
awesome. So many tools and resources at your fingertips for absolutely free, incredible value. You have two experts and professionals who've been doing this for a very long time. So take advantage of it. Also, pre-holidays, I do offer a program called Ignite. which is a group coaching program. If you are interested in losing weight and start your dietary changes, this program is more for weight loss before the holidays, and training your habits. If you are interested in that, I could tell you more about it. Book that one-on-one with me.
Perfect. Well, Tina, this was a lot of fun.
As always, I love it.
We'll be here next month with another topic, and we'll see you in November, everybody.
Give us some comments below. Let us know what you think, okay?
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks, Janis. We'll see you soon.
Yep.